Sagittarius, this is your year ahead 2025, the big issue reading. It's just a tarot reading about the biggest issue that you're going to be facing in the coming year. Because I know y'all would forget if I went through every single month and try to get super detailed in it. No, I mean, I would forget. So first we're going to start off with a archetype card for you. I'm going to do basically two readings. The first reading is going to be about the practical and material side of what's going to be happening. And then the second reading is going to be about the spiritual and emotional aspects of the situation. So Sagittarius, their biggest issue in 2025. And if this is your first time here, my name's Podkane. I also do I do some readings otherwise. I do other readings like relationship and rising sign readings every month. Hold on, let me fix my camera. No. Yeah. All right, let's go. Beggar is the card that you got. It was reversed. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Oh. Well, let's find out what the fuck that means for you. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Sagittarius, what's your biggest issue you're facing in 2025? Locked in. Oh shit, not that many. The World reversed. Empress and Strength reversed. All right, so starting out here with the World reversed, we have you kind of almost on the cusp of completing a cycle, but not quite there yet. This could also be you trying to hide away from the world due to this issue, or feeling like you're not fitting in with the world, or something's just off kilter, and we'll find out more about how that applies as we go through the reading. So challenge here is that it's a challenge for you to simultaneously be abundant, relaxed, compassionate, open, and also impatient, undisciplined. This is a big issue. This is 3 major arcana right off the rip. So this may have been going on for a long time for you, and it's just kind of coming to the culmination in 2025 for you. So what was the reason behind all of this? Is the Knave the Page of Wands? I think so. Whatever, we're just going to call it the Page if I can't find this quickly. It's Page of Wands, okay. There's a lack of communication, a lack of effort, lack of interest. This could be apathy on your part of just like, what's the point of all of this? I mean, you're perfectly capable. It's just, it's more in the realm of your desires and passions and willpower. What was the most recently happening thing that led up to this? There's an extremism, an imbalance, an inability to transform the situation around this. Okay. It's basically just reading us like depression and apathy. Big time. Big time. You haven't been able to transform this apathy that you've been in. And even though, you could, but if the desire's not there, then what the hell is going to happen, and where's it going to go? How can you possibly have the self-discipline if there's no desire behind it? 2 big desire cards, both reversed here. All right. What is Sagittarius thinking about through this situation? What's on their mind? I mean, the choice seems clear that you've got to come out of hiding. Yet, you're not really in touch with your values. You feel like you have a certain level of dependency. You're not feeling like you want to come forward to offer anything emotionally positive. So this could be showing up to situations like complaining a lot, Always looking at the negatives of a situation, feeling like you don't have what it takes to be financially successful in life, knowing that you have to, like, just as a matter of survival, but like without a connection to your purpose or feeling like you have any purpose at all, with the High Priestess reversed right here in the center of this little grouping. It feels bleak, because now it's just like, okay, you're enrolling into college and it's like, just pick something, what makes money? And it's just like, none of this feeds my soul, so what's the point? And it's very relatable with the way our modern society is. My bad. Because hundreds, thousands of years ago, even, humanity had clear purposes when they were born into a family, a tribe, a village. It was like, okay, you have these qualities, so we need you to be this, to fetch water, or to, lead the hunting group, or whatever it was that like applied to your temperament, and you felt needed. You felt like you had a purpose. There was a very direct exchange of work to value and appreciation. Whereas today it's like, you're easily replaceable, and it's fucking bleak, man. I get it. What's the next most likely thing to happen for Sagittarius? Six of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Cups reversed. I think it's more of the same, because you're looking at how idealistic maybe your childhood was, or at least your mind frame of when you were a kid, where the world was set out before you, and people in this world were kind, compassionate. The world wasn't such a scary place. And now you feel ostracized by life. You feel like you're directionless. You feel like you have nothing left to give emotionally towards a situation. And this is very broad, so it's reaching whoever sees it. You know how it applies in your life if it's something more specific, but also the fact that it's broad means that it's affecting multiple areas of your life, even with the world there. That's all encompassing, and it's tough. All right, but we're gonna get you some help. What's Sagittarius most afraid of in this situation? Four of Swords, Ten of Swords reversed, the Tower reversed. I mean, you're afraid that if you continue to do nothing, you will sabotage any hope you have of happiness or success, or that the world will come crashing down around you. With the Tower reversed, you're predicting disaster before it happens. And then Four of Swords, just, the continued inaction is starting to really terrify you. And the Tower's never good to see, reversed or otherwise. It's like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you feel like it'll be as a consequence of your own inaction, that you'll end up with nothing and nowhere to hide. And man, all right, who's someone that's showing up powerfully in Sagittarius's life during this situation? Someone who's working hard. They got a lot of responsibility. How are they showing up for Sagittarius? And Two of Swords. They're showing a type of decision making that's impactful to you. They wait to make any snap decisions. They try to be as logical as possible about what's going on in their life. I also get the Nine of Wands reversed. Something about them, they had every reason to feel injured or become defensive, but they didn't. They showed no bias in a situation. Their work ethic and their ability to carry on is very admirable to you. This is someone who's an aspirational figure in your life for sure. What is Sagittarius hoping for as an outcome of the situation? What's their hoped for outcome? Wow. So when we look at the fears and the hopes in the spread, it's definitely trying to show you what your expectations are, actually, your worst case scenario expectation and your best case scenario expectation. And these are often very much subconscious, below the surface, something that you don't regularly think about. It's saying with the Hangman and the Queen of Wands, you're hoping to kind of fall into a place of skill and appreciation, of wisdom, positive notoriety, even fame, beauty. Nine of Swords reverse as well. I mean, you want to escape the ongoing situation of anxiety, paranoia, maybe, fear, entrapment by your own thoughts in your own mind. But with the Hangman there, it's like maybe there's a new perspective you're looking for as well. It'd be a little kinder to you, those of you that are really trying to figure this one out. But the Hangman also is a card of inaction. So without knowing what to do, you're sort of hoping for it to just resolve itself. But you are like hoping to find a new way of looking at this, and basically answers to get to where you need to go. The Three of Pentacles reversed on the bottom. It's just a lack of experience. And with all these majors coming out, this is something that, you know, forgive me for saying so, I don't know where you're coming from, anyone who's watching this, but something your soul wanted to learn is this patience and resilience through troubling times, and how to revive your own sense of passion and purpose and self-image, even with the Queen of Wands. And you're doing that. You're on your way. Okay, so what's the most likely outcome for Sagittarius if nothing else changes as things happen? Three of Swords, a separation, heartbreak. Five of Cups reversed, healing, looking on the bright side, Sun reversed, still lack of illumination and more depression with the Wheel at the bottom of the deck, which is that in timing, things could develop differently. But as of right now, you know, we don't right this second have the answers to what you're going to do about this, but that's what this next reading is for. Okay. So that was the So Below deck, by the way, and this is the As Above deck. They're part of a pairing of decks that work really well with the type of reading that I'm doing. Going on for Sagittarius with their big issue in 2025. Okay. I mean, you're learning to communicate in a new way. You're learning to see past the superficial into the greater reality of emotional depths of yourself and others. This is about going beyond what people say or even what people do, and understanding what emotional undercurrents led them to those perspectives or those choices. What's the challenge here? The obstacle. The challenge is that we had the Mars reversed and then the Five of Earth reversed, Five of Pentacles reversed. The challenge is to let go of fighting to be an insider, to quit fighting with yourself over the fact that you don't have the stability or the resources that you would like. There's a lot of impatience with Mars, Strength reversed at the bottom of the deck, and not a lot of self-discipline here. It's like you're comparing yourself to people that either just had a better fortunate hand of cards than you did dealt to them, in terms of financial or material security, wealth, or they've already put in a lot of time and effort, and you're looking to skip that part of the challenge. You're looking to skip that part of the game and get right to the end. Why is this the time now for Sagittarius to be going through this circumstance? Ten of Pentacles. Maiden of Earth. Maiden of Air reversed. You're ready to learn about how you get as much as you're willing to give in life. You've kind of learned all you can here with on the surface of life, and you're ready to progress now into more of the metaphysical aspects of human development, human experience. You're ready to see how energy works and interchanges amongst people. But I also think that Ten of Pentacles is like the hierarchy of something that's been really long in existing in a certain state of being. And, I almost see you here as the Maiden of Earth, of like, you've really enjoyed having a lot of support, and whether that was from parents, grandparents, or just society, being able to find a job, or, having people to rent you a place to live, having a grocery store to go to. These are all things that you may have taken for granted, and even like asked for more, or said it wasn't enough, without considering the alternative, which is to have no support whatsoever, which would be with the Knight of Swords card here. And I want to say be careful what you wish for. I don't mean to diminish what you're going through at all. But having experienced something like that myself, sometimes we get so caught up in the emotions of the situation, and being angry with our circumstances and wanting more, that we forget to appreciate what we already had. And by gaining what we wanted, it always comes with strings attached. So now you're saying, I don't want to be a part of this hierarchy anymore. I want to go my own way. I just want to enjoy the simple things in life. And now it's like, okay, well, you're off on your own, and you figure it out. There's no one around to tell you who you need to be or what you need to do, or to, offer security in the things that they've already built or were already established, I guess, by others. So what led up to this from a spiritual standpoint? Okay. Yeah, it's more, so the Queen of Swords reversed, initiation and karma, what's that word for that? Judgment reversed, and then the elemental fire, that's like the Ace of Wands, basically. So, a lot of heavy criticism, a lot of negativity. This is purposelessness. This is not having a vision of who you really are, what you want. This is, I feel like, both internal and external for you, where you were really hard on yourself, but also at the same time that's coming right out as being kind of critical of others, critical of situations you're in, critical of, prospects and hope. And I have the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck. And I wonder if it wasn't a relationship that kind of ignited you, or a major choice that kind of set the ball rolling for this new inspiration to come in, where it's like, it's not even inspiration. It's like It's almost like lighting a fire under your ass to finally figure this out. What's the highest possible outcome for Sagittarius in 2025 in the context of this issue? Five of Cups reversed. We saw that before too. Ace of Pentacles. I know which one that is. It's got the tape. And the Elemental of Earth reversed. Interesting. These two cards very similar. One showing up upright, one showing reversed. This is more directed offers and receiving financial help, like a loan or a new offer of an opportunity, a material opportunity. And this is just raw, you know, things that, so like material opportunities, like not offered or not taken, they're just there. With it being reversed, it's saying you could easily make the choice to accept it for what it is and go forward with a new journey, or to let it be wasted. It is your choice. So it's saying that there's no right or wrong answer here. With what you decide to do going forward. But ultimately, the highest possible opportunity for you is actually related to your feelings and your emotional well-being. And it's to start looking at life positively again with the Five of Cups reversed. That's ultimately the whole purpose of this. It's not to find your purpose immediately. It's not to make any particular decision in a material sense. It is actually just to where you are, where you're placed right now in your life, to make a conscious decision, to be grateful, thankful, and hopeful for what your life and what your life will hold in store for you, but also that the universe is a friendlier place than you have been kind of thinking. You've been focusing a lot on a lot of the strife and the negativity, and it's just kind of gone on for too long. You know, it's hard to break that cycle. I understand. Okay. What does Sagittarius need to do for the highest possible outcome with this issue in 2025? What does Sagittarius need to do? You need to make a major change with the Death card. This is absolutely 180, turning it all around. Related to what, though? Elemental of Air and the Queen of Wands. Elemental of Air being that, like, totally chaotic, you know, mental energy of overthinking, intrusive thoughts, you know, an anxiety-ridden atmosphere of the what ifs, and the anger-driven mental habits, or sorrowful-driven mental habits. And that needs to be changed into the Queen of Wands energy. So, and we saw that before, you know, that is something that you want for yourself as a fire sign. That is your card. The Queen of Wands is confident, beautiful, but maybe in a non-traditional way. I feel beautiful because she's confident, kind of thing. Or he, you know, gender, it's a general rating, so don't worry about that. But she supports others in being more like her. That's why she's the queen and not the king, who's more of a teacher. She's a supporter. So this is a person who has accepted radically every part of themselves, the good, the bad, the ugly, and looked to the good and said, how can I maximize my choices in life that make the most use of my, you know, skills and talents, the things that people like me for, things that I think I could maybe monetize, and not even that, like, if nothing else, the things that make me happy, and that don't take from me, that aren't too overly reckless or wasteful or things like that. A good happy medium between personal joy and happiness and accepting, you know, whatever pay or time it would take in terms of a career. I guess I'm going down that path, but then with the bad, the ugly, looking at those things and saying, despite other people not liking it or me not liking it about myself, where could those factors of my personality actually be a strength? And start looking for ways to express that constructively. So for me, for example, I have strong boundaries. I have a RBF, and I work in the service industry. So I had to look for a job that it was more common to see people not smiling all the time, and so I went and I work at a bar now, and that's it's not too out of place to see a bartender just kind of like, whatever, right? So it's less detrimental to me in my natural state, where I can say it's okay that I have RBF. I still have to engage with people to get to talking to them so that they know that it's not that I'm angry, okay? But I also don't have to constantly get feedback about how I look like a bitch. It's a more accepting environment for me. So in that vein of thought, that's where you're looking to make the most of every part of yourself. And that in turn will diminish the negative feedback, both from yourself, from others, the endless loops of, whoa, is what I want to say. What's the word of warning for Sagittarius in this issue? It's a word of warning. You're not attracting to yourself like you should be, and you're not gaining all the skills and talents and liberty. You don't have the liberty that you should have. And it's simply because you haven't looked at the entire picture. You're focusing on a very small and negative part right now. And that's turning away a lot of opportunities from you with Venus reversed. It's making you a shadow of who you actually are, because we got at the beginning, we also got the Magician as part of the basis of who you were. I think it was down here. You do have everything you need to get through life and be just fine, but it's your perspective. That perspective is seeing things as, I don't have enough, I can never get what I want, it's because you haven't looked around at everything, and maybe with the right glasses on, I suppose. Someone in the situation, 5 of Swords reversed, Justice reversed, Pluto reversed. Someone in the situation, okay, this is the person that you were looking up to, before, someone that was very strong and waited to make a decision. Despite unfair circumstances, they have learned the ability to not just do anything at all costs. They're not willing to fight to the death or die on that hill or anything like that. But what they are doing is turning Pluto inward towards deep self-reflection and self-transformation. It's about, in the moment to moment of every day, saying, instead of, I feel this way, so I'm going to say it, and then it's never thought of again. It's just, this is what I believe. This is what I believe. This person knows a lot about how to question those feelings and thoughts in themselves. And maybe they can share some of their tips and tricks with you. But it's like, why do I feel this? What am I lacking that makes me so upset, truly? Why am I so strongly attached to this ideal that I'm going to let it destroy my whole life? Whatever it may be for you, okay? But they're questioning their own emotions and thoughts in a way to get to the bottom of why they're occurring, so that they can be, so light can be shed on them, so they can transform them. Because, despite unfair circumstances, they weren't willing to turn into a ruthless character, a die on that hill character. They're not going to destroy themselves over that. And That's the reason behind how they are who they are. And Source thought you need to know that. What is the word of solace for Sagittarius? Oh. Three of Swords reversed. You're going to heal from this heartbreak. You are. What's the word of solace? Nine of Cups reversed. Ten of Cups. So what you've been wishing for and hoping for, you may have to let go. What you've been idealizing. It's going to come to that, essentially. And that's part of how you heal, actually, because you have something, you have the Ten of Cups here. You have something far greater that's available to you, but you have to let go of what you thought you wanted first. Yeah, the World reversed again. The Sun, Temperance reversed. If you can direct these emotions to a positive outlet, you'll complete this and go towards your joy. You got all arcanas here, right? This is big. And don't be hard on yourself for however long that this has been going on, or even how deep of a hole you might have dug through this. You know, even if you're fairly dependent on other people, move back home, or, you know, had to go on public welfare or something like that. You know, don't be hard on yourself now. You can't do better until you know better. Ultimately, directing your emotions to a positive resource within yourself, trust in the universe, wherever it may be. All of those places, probably. You'll complete this. You'll learn how to transmute things. So you'll go from a place of extremes to a place of temperance and balance. So the Temperance card is about turning water into wine or lead into gold. You're taking a bad situation that's come into your life, and you're saying, instead of why me, you're saying, how can I learn from this? Ultimately, that sort of mindset is all you need to go towards your joy. And what is the outcome then if Sagittarius can do all of this stuff, you know? You're not going to be adding any further to the psychological trap, the anxiety issues, you know? It's not going to be growing that in any further capacity. You're immediately going to stop the momentum on it, is what I want to say. What else? Once that's done, what else? Okay, you still got some more to go, okay? The next part of this is a new reckoning with the impatience and the lack of discipline. You'll get clarity on how the basis of this is a lack of self-worth. I didn't see that coming. Anything else? Look for messages around you. Look, billboards, license plates, animals. This is what this card specifically is talking about. If you need support, if you need help, ask for it. Ask your guides, your loved ones in spirit, God, the universe, source, whoever that, you know, whoever it is for you. Ask for support and messages of guidance in your life, and you will receive them. Okay, Sagittarius, let's get one last card. These are some oracle cards. They're very alien stuff, you know, light worker, starseed. I think it's called the starseed. Yeah, starseed oracle. I like them all right. I'm not a big fan of aliens, but I do believe in them. 100% I believe in them. But I just, you know, but we're going to get some information for you. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. That's what I was talking about. They're trying to tell us that we got alien ancestors. I just don't know. Anyway. This isn't about me. It's about you, Sagittarius. The ancients knew much more than we do about our connections with the stars. Their pyramids, temples, and other places of worship, created in precise alignment with the stars, exist in all corners of the world. What if this ancient wisdom is available for you to uncover now? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. You're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the rememberings of the star ancestors, to look a little deeper. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different, to change your point of view. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong, when we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act the same way, we miss what's in the open. You're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, blah, 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 blah. That one practical part. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong, when we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act the same way, we miss that shit. That's that message, okay? Fuck all that alien shit. There's a creative solution that's right in front of you, but you haven't thought of it yet because it didn't occur to you that it was a possibility. And part of getting reconnected with your higher self, like we saw in your intuition, which is what we saw with the high priestess right at the top, reverse, is critical in all this. Your ability to know yourself truly, and then to get those little, clicks of inspiration. This is what's cutting you off here. This hyper mentality is cutting you off from your calling. It's cutting you off from your inspirations and your desires and your motivation. It's preventing all of this progress over here because you're feeding, you were feeding anyway. You won't be if you can get through this. I know you can, but feeding into this mental construct of despair. You're not having the patience or the self-discipline because you don't even know your own self and you don't have that proper sense of self-worth throughout making mistakes. You're too soon to quit, because you're valuing your worth right now currently on what you do and what you say, and especially what people say about you and how they receive you. And because of that, because you haven't built up this intrinsic self-worth, that's why you don't have any staying power, because the second that you get some negative interaction, you're like, I can't fucking take this. I'm out of here. I'm out. And understandable too, but like that's the key. That's why you're unable to stick with anything. That's why you can't have the self-discipline to get yourself through those failures and failures and failures to get to your success, which is what is required, or discipline yourself. The motivation is lacking and the self-worth is lacking. So there's a new creative opportunity in front of you. It's something weird, something different. It involves harmonizing two things that you didn't think should go together. And ultimately, it's going to help you break apart that mental habit of being super negative towards yourself and towards the world and towards life. And then that'll unlock your purpose and your energy behind it. So, Sagittarius, I really enjoyed that reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you like that, please give me a like or subscribe. Stick around for next week. I'm going to be doing all the Venus sign for relationship readings and some other stuff too coming up. So until we see each other again, have a good one. Bye.